What are their thoughts about you today? Hi, beautiful soul. I'm Mystic Mia Moksha, and thank you for joining me here on Mostly in the Moment for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at their thoughts of you today, and this is a purely intuitive reading, so I didn't have any questions or prompts to ask Spirit for specific messages during the readings. I just let Spirit bring through whatever Spirit and your person's higher self wanted to bring through. This is a reading that kind of resonates with wherever you are. So whether you're single, because I want to stress, like, all my readings, like, they can apply to you if you're single. It's like the person coming in or the person who's thinking about you. But mostly, therefore, like, the person that you're thinking about resonate, whether you're, just friends or in little to no communication with someone, or if you're in a newer relationship, just dating, or even a long-term relationship, even married. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading. It's kind of like to the point because it's looking at a specific, very short time frame, which is today, whenever you're watching this. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile one with the Lapis Lazuli, looking at their thoughts of you today. This is a purely intuitive reading, so I don't have any prompts for spirits, any questions to ask during the reading. It's purely what Spirit and your person's higher self wants to bring through. Sent home. And you're very close to achieving your goal. So the sent home card, this is the Tower card. So I feel like something feels like might happen at the very last second, right before you're about to get what you want. So I am getting something like, maybe you've gotten some messages from other tarot card readings or your own intuition, sign synchronicities, that something weird, unexpected, or bad might happen right before you get together, or right before something good happens in this connection. And Spirit is saying, like, don't worry, a bunch of birds just flew over the sky above me right now. So I'm getting that Spirit's like, you are right in your intuition that something weird is going to happen right before you two achieve a goal in this connection. And like, they're afraid, or you're afraid, or both of you are afraid that this is gonna deter the other person in this connection. So both of you feel like that you two are so close in achieving something in the connection. And I feel like something randomly is going to pop up last minute. I think it could be that they are worried that someone is gonna come in and try to take you away from them. Or they feel like they have they're like, oh, just my luck, like pile one is like into me, or we're doing well, or, I'm about to come into this like situation where I can offer them something, give them an opportunity in this connection, level up this connection, and something bad is going to happen. Like, it's going to be just my luck that when things are going good, or things are about to get good, like something is going to go crash and burning and it's going to make them run away from me, or I'm going to be like, not know how to handle this, and I'm going to freak out, and I'm going to run away. Like, watch something bad happens right before this beautiful opportunity comes, or right before I can tell them this, or right before, like, we can finally get to this good place in our connection. So they're very nervous that something is going to like block them very last minute. And I'm getting from Spirit, because of all those birds flying above head, that it's going to be a blessing in disguise. Like, their intuition is right that something weird or bad or a major change is going to happen right before they can offer you something, or right before the two of you can achieve something in this connection. But they're only their energy's freaking out at this bad thing, and they're not realizing that there's like a good thing that comes with that bad thing. So right now they can only see like the bad side. They can't see the positive side. But the two of you are about to achieve something significant in this connection. What else do they think about? I feel like this is such a big, powerful energy that, like, and with the one and the Lapis Lazuli here, like, I feel like their intuition is, like, on high alert, being like, something is about to happen, something is about to happen, something is about to happen. It's going to rock our world. It's going to block me from pile one, or it's going to, like, you know, things have been going so well. Like, it's just going to be my luck that, like, something messes up or something like that. But I feel like this is like the main stress of their day. Like, even if they have work stuff going on or health stuff or family stuff or whatever stuff going on, like, this is the main stressor of their day. So, like, you are definitely strongly on their mind, pile one. Okay, so 10 of Pentacles in reverse and well-being in reverse. Yeah, this is okay, pile one. Your person really deeply cares about you, and they really are really stressed out. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they have like stomach ulcers, or like they're having like upset stomach, or if they have a headache or really not feeling good and they can't figure out why, because this is really upsetting them. This is a very strong energy. What a way to start off the reading. So I would not be surprised if today they're like, I feel sick, I don't feel well, I feel exhausted, I feel like all their energy is spent because their energy has been on this like stress and worry about something weird coming up. It could be on their end, like they were trying to kind of surprise you with something, they're trying to save up for something, or they're being very patient to come into this connection with something they can offer you, something that can level up the connection. With the 10 of Pentacles here is like all their plans are going to be ruined. So I feel like they had some long-term plans that they want to share with you, or something they wanted to add to the connection, add to the energy of the connection that would really powerfully help the both of you. Maybe they had a home in mind. Maybe they had something with like a significant amount of money, or some long-term plans in mind, or something that has to do with health, because of well-being here. Like, this is really stressing them out. They were so close to achieving their goal, so close to giving you, or the connection between the two of you, exactly what it needed, at least in their minds, and something goes wrong last minute, or something freaks them out. Like, maybe they were like working really hard to get a promotion at work, so they can surprise you and be like, hey, we can get that home that we always wanted, or we can pay for that wedding that we always wanted, or we can, like, we can, like, have that kid now, or something big. Like, something big was on their mind. That doesn't have to be the exact scenario, but something like that, where they were working really hard to kind of present you with something that would really affect your long-term future together. And maybe they got a scare at work, like, oh, that position isn't available anymore, or that position doesn't come with a pay and raise. A raise and pay. What? Something about, like, maybe they're going to be laid off, maybe they're going to have to leave that work, or maybe something like that. It doesn't have to be specifically the work scenario, but something along that vibe. Yeah, so, and I feel like, yeah, both these cards coming in reverse, the Tower card, like, being very close, this is freaking them the F out, pile one, because they're like, everything that they were hoping and wishing and patiently, like, kind of building towards to kind of present you, kind of bring to the connection, might be all lost, at least in their minds. With the birds coming up overhead, I'm getting there is abundance coming. Like, they're freaking out for nothing, but they don't know it yet. They don't know, like, to them this is all real. This is happening today. Like, everything they worked really hard for, their game plan to really show you that they were working on your future plans for a very long time, might be all lost. So they're really having a huge freak out moment today. So maybe, maybe not be so hard on them today. Elder of Wands. Okay, so we have the King of Wands here in reverse. And children. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I feel like they were really working really hard for the family. So I don't know if you two were like family planning and they were trying to like, you know, save up to buy a new home for the family, or like save up enough to have another kid or have the first kid, or kind of tell you that they want this with you and they were kind of ready to surprise you in a beautiful way. Yeah, I do feel like home, family, children, long-term like security for something like big like that, um, was something that they were working on behind the scenes. I'm getting, um, yeah, because these two moon cards here, and the fireworks. Like I feel like this is very successful. The rose, you know, the Ten of Pentacles, the Tower card is like, I feel like it kind of forces them to kind of tell you sooner than later. Because I feel like with the two moons here, like clarity, telling you what they were feeling, what they've been planning, what they've been thinking. Because I feel like you've been kind of not told the whole truth for a reason, because they wanted to surprise you. They didn't want to tell you until they were, you know, fully sure or something like that. Yeah, and I feel like today, like they find out something that like kind of really freaks them out. That like they don't know if all the hard work and planning that they put in is going to pay off. Like their plans might be derailed. It might not work out. They put a lot of energy, effort. Like I'm getting from their like higher self. Like they want to tell you like they put in so much energy and effort. This has been a long time coming. It might have seemed like they weren't doing anything or really helping this situation in the connection, but they have been, and they want to surprise you, and like now they're freaking the F out. Okay, like they keep saying that because like my cheeks are hurting, but I feel like they're blue in the face. Like I'm getting like I feel like they're gonna come to you and just kind of like tell you about this plan. They're like, I had this plan that I wanted to surprise you. I was working really hard for months on this, and like I really wanted to show you that I was serious about this, or I was like working really hard for this long-term plan, and I wanted to make it a really beautiful surprise, telling you in a beautiful way, but now I'm really stressed out. I feel like they're talking to you like stressed out until they're blue in the face, and you're like, it's okay, calm down, like come here, sit down, have some water, give me a hug, like it's okay. Like, you know. Okay, so what's the main theme here? Beauty. It's a beautiful unicorn. Okay, so this is a moment that is beautiful because it's not the way that they planned it. So I feel like everything does work out, like whatever they were planning to kind of come into this connection with. Like it does work out, but like something happens where like they kind of freak out, like they might not get it, that it might not work out, so they come to you and they kind of tell you everything, but the way that they're planning to tell you, like with a nice dinner, maybe a nice trip, a nice conversation or something like that, it didn't work out that way. Like it didn't work out the way they envisioned it, planned it in their minds, and instead they almost have like a breakdown, and they come to you like very vulnerable, very open with their emotions. You see with the two moons here, and they kind of tell you their like hopes and dreams and visions for the future, and the divine couldn't have planned it better, because this is better. Like they were going to wait, and it might have been longer. It might have been weeks or months until they actually told you. So spirit like sensed your energies and kind of felt that like, because you were kind of not being like, they weren't telling you their feelings, and you were kind of like, I feel like they like me, but they're not doing anything about it. Like, I don't know if they're actually planning things for the future. Like, I'm kind of telling them what I want, and they're not really telling me. Like, why is that? I feel like they like me. I feel like they want this, but they're not, like, they act nicely, like, you know, face to face, but they're not telling me about any plans. They're not telling me that their feelings. They're not telling me anything. So you're like kind of left in the dark here, kind of confused, feeling their love for you, but not feeling anything else. Like you have to sense it. They're not telling you, they're not showing you. And so it was kind of a moment that they needed to come and tell you. They needed to come and tell you how they felt about you, how they felt about this connection and what they were working on. And that's like the whole beauty of this whole situation, pile one, is that like you get to see them open up in a beautiful way that wouldn't have been as beautiful, and it wouldn't have been like what you really wanted if they waited and told you after they got all the information or resources they needed for this idea that they had, or some idea that you had that they wanted to like make a physical reality. Like if they waited to tell you when they were done, you might have been completely like different towards them. You might have broke up with them. You might have kind of had enough. It might have caused a lot of arguments that you can't come back from, or like there was an energy of like their higher self and source energy kind of forced them to kind of come to you with all this, like have like a breakdown and kind of like come to you with everything, because they were going to wait, and then the connection wouldn't have survived, or wouldn't have like been good for a long time. So like it was really, really necessary for Spirit to kind of push them to the brink in order to come to you and tell you all this. All right, so pile one, I would love to hear if this resonated and how it resonated. If this resonates, you can leave a like or comment if you resonated, or if you liked this reading, or if you just want to support me. I think this is the first time doing this specific topic, so your feedback is always valuable. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful, fabulous rest of your day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 5 with orange citrine. We're looking at their thoughts of you today. This is a purely intuitive reading, so I don't have any prompts or questions to specifically ask Spirit for this reading. Just whatever Spirit wants to bring up, whatever your person's higher self wants to bring up. Okay, so the Rose Ceremony, which is the Judgment card, and don't let your past hold you back. Okay, so with the Judgment card here, I feel like your person, pile 5, is very close to kind of legitimizing something in the connection. So I feel like they're very close to making a decision to like basically choose you, like to be like you're the one, or kind of ask you out, or to make things official, or to bring up marriage, or actually even propose. I feel like they're very close in making a decision. Maybe moving in with you, maybe having a family with you, maybe starting something very, very significant with you, or like leveling up the connection in some way. I feel like they're very close into making this big decision, whatever that big decision is in your connection right now. But something about the past is their lesson, is their challenge, is their test. So usually when the Judgment card comes up, it's like you're being tested. You've been tested, or you're being tested, and you like pass the test and you move forward. So your old fears or bad habits or whatever you want to like accomplish in this last cycle is coming up for your person, pile 5. And so I feel like it's going on right now. Either it's going on right now, or they're just finishing it. They're just accomplishing it, because I do feel like it's like a kind of lesson or test. Where they have to trust themselves that they aren't who they used to be. This isn't the same situation, that they can move forward confidently. So if they had a struggle with committing because of past relationships that went badly, they're getting over their fears. if this is something between the two of you, this is more of a long-term connection between you and your person. They want to, their fear is like the same thing that happened between the two of you will happen again. And they're passing that test, I'm getting. Yeah, because I feel like for most of you, they're in this middle of this test or lesson right now, or they're just finishing up. They're just winning, accomplishing it, passing the test. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, this is a significant time for you and your person, pile 5. Okay, so 7 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like some truths are coming out in regards to career. Okay. Okay, so I feel like something was holding them back. Don't let your past hold you back. I feel like the career was holding them back. I feel like their relationship with their workplace was hindering their life. Maybe they didn't like what they were doing for work. Maybe it was exhausting them. It was really not good for their mental health or physical health. Maybe they've been thinking about leaving for a very long time. Or maybe they were hesitant to get into a business with their partner, with a romantic interest. Maybe this is an office romance and they're kind of worried about that. Or maybe they're worried about what you might think about what they do for work or what they want to do for work. Will you support me? Will I get there? Or about feeling like they're not enough, don't make enough, won't be enough. In the long term, you might kind of resent them for what they do for work or how much they make or how much they struggle because they're not happy with their work situation. So they're worried about all these things, like, and I think it is work related. I think that was an issue in the past because I do feel like there's an issue with their work situation, money, or not being happy in their life. Because of work or because they don't have enough time outside of work to do what they want, something like that. And that really affected the connection in the past. Maybe it's your career that they're worried about. Maybe they were kind of nervous that your career might derail you. But there's something strong here about career. Let me get an extra confirmation. Pin. New job or career. Oh, whoa. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get another extra confirmation on that. You'll be playing a different role. Yes, I can't tell if it's you or your person, and that's because this pile is resonating with a lot of different people. So for some people, it's your person, pile 5, your person's career that they're thinking about changing, and they don't know how it's going to affect you. They don't know if they can handle a relationship at the same time or what you would think of it. They're worried about their own success. Will they be successful? If they're not, will that have long-term negative effects on the connection? Is this a good time to kind of level up the connection? But I'm getting from spirit, like they have to, one of their lessons is to not like let one area of their life affect another, like because their career situation might not be doing so well or might be going through a transition doesn't mean that they can't have a good relationship with their partner, with their romantic interest at the same time. So, wow. But I do feel like a new career change is on the horizon. But yeah, so for some of you, it's your person. For others, it's you, pile 5. It's you that's going through a career change and they're kind of not sure if they like that, if your connection could handle a career change for you. Maybe you'll be traveling more or working more, making more or less money. And I feel like your person is really logically thinking about this. It's not just like logically, but with their heart too, because part of their lesson is to like believe that if the connection is strong enough that it can withstand any changes that happen in either of your lives. And for very few of you, a small percentage of you, it's a kind of something that you two might be going in together, a business that you might be going in together. Okay, so that is their thoughts. Okay, what else are they thinking about you today? Two of Cups, that's so cute. Okay, so there is this kind of energy of they're thinking about the relationship a lot. So even if you think that some of these things that they're thinking about is a little bit too harsh, or maybe like they're overthinking things, or why are they even thinking about that? They're thinking about all this because they, at their heart of their hearts, they are genuinely thinking about what's best for the relationship, the connection between the two of you. And so they're really deep diving into all these different aspects of a career change in their life, in your life, and what that means about, your future together financially, happiness, and also whether they like their job, whether you like your job, what would happen if one of you had to move for a career change, what would the other person come with, or how would they feel about that? All these things are coming up. So, and you're probably wondering, like, how in the heck do they have time to think about all these things today? Well, they might be doing some like work where they have time to like think a lot. So they might be, thinking about a lot of these things. The Judgment card, though, like they are in the middle of like making a huge decision, doing a life review, kind of passing a test, or reliving a cycle. So these thoughts are like, they're working strongly with their higher self and their higher guidance, whether they know it or not, with these aspects. Abundance, yay. Okay, so I feel like if they go through a career change, or you go through a job or career change, or both of you do, I feel like it's going to lead to a very strong sense of abundance. So it will be successful. And I do feel like your relationship will be good with the Two of Cups here. But I feel like with any big change that comes in your life, you tend to review and think about it no matter what, even if it's a positive change. And sweetly enough, they're thinking about you. They're thinking about the connection and how this would affect the connection. I do think they have, and this might be something that they're thinking about a lot just because it's something that's about to happen. Your spirit guides and spirit team will kind of coach you and kind of let you know and have you start thinking about things even before they happen. If it's a very, very big, significant change in your life, like a career or job change. So yeah, I feel like they're thinking about that a lot right now. Okay, so what's the overall theme of their thoughts of you today? Bloom. Okay, it's in reverse. So I feel like this connection is really about to bloom. And I feel like not just this connection, but both of your individual lives, like your career, your work, what you do day to day, and also your abundance. So I feel like there's a lot of positive changes happening with you and your person. And this is very exciting. This is very exciting because this is like the moment before everything gets really, really good. Everything in your life gets to upgrade. We see career, abundance, and relationship. You're blooming. Both of you are blooming, but it's kind of like they needed to bloom on their own. You needed to bloom on your own. It's kind of like both of you needed to kind of raise your vibes separately. and then like come together more strongly. With the Two of Cups here, I do feel like this is more of a connection that's like newer or coming together in a newer way. But I feel like for most of you, like this is a newer connection, and both of you kind of need to prove things to yourself. Make sure that you can be happy without a relationship before getting into one more strongly. Like I feel like this is a situation where you want to be good on your own 2 feet before kind of jumping headfirst into a more stronger commitment with this person. So pile 5, I hope you enjoy that reading. We're at a very exciting time for you. Definitely love is in the air. Definitely big power moves are being made in regards to love at this time. I really appreciate a like or comment if you resonated, if you like this reading, or even if you just want to support me. This is a new topic that I'm doing, so I always value your input. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful, fantastic rest of your day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 11 with the rose quartz. We're looking at their thoughts of you today. This is a purely intuitive reading, so I don't have any prompts or questions specifically for spirit to answer during this reading, just whatever spirit and your person's higher self wants to bring through. Okay, so the bitch. Okay. Okay. Queen of Mirrors in reverse. Okay, so I feel like this is like a good version, like a boss bitch kind of thing, where like sometimes you need to kind of be strong and ruthless and, you know, show your power, show your strength to, you know, kind of live in this physical world. And I'm getting that adjustments are required. I feel like you put your foot down, like, I'm not having any of this, like, take it or leave it. You might have gave them an ultimatum, or you might have kind of given them like what you expect in a relationship and what you absolutely will not stand for, where your plans are for the future, where you plan on going, in terms of your career, in terms of your life, your social life, your vision for the future, and in your relationships. So I feel like you kind of put your foot down, and they're realizing that they need to kind of make some changes. They need to step up. They need to kind of do better. They are thinking about that, because I feel like with the Queen of Swords coming out in reverse, like, you weren't wrong. Like, they're realizing, like, yeah, pile 11 wasn't wrong. Like, they definitely kind of said it really harshly, but they weren't wrong. And maybe they're just kind of sick of it. So, like, if I kind of want to be in this connection or still have a chance here, or kind of like want to get back in their good graces, like, I'm going to have to make some changes. So they recognize that, and they're thinking about that today. Oh my goodness, the Tower card in reverse though. For me, when the Tower card comes out in reverse, I get that it's a beautiful, auspicious, divine event that happens unexpectedly, that's very, very super, super positive, that you couldn't have planned, that you couldn't have prepared for. It's kind of like a mini miracle that happens in your life. Wow. In regards to what? Inspiration. Okay, so you were definitely the kick in the butt that they needed. So whatever happened between the two of you, whether it was like a few weeks ago, a few days ago, a few hours ago, like, that's exactly what they needed. So pile 11, like, you definitely spoke from your heart. You definitely kind of laid down the law of the land. Like, you definitely outlined exactly what you expected, what you want for yourself in the future, what you want to collaborate with them on, what you expect from them, and like what you're open to compromise on. Like, you kind of laid it all out there on the table, and like, what can they do? They can either like step up or move out. Like, they can either, like, it's like step up or shut up, something like that. I'm getting very harsh language here, even with the bitch and everything. I can't say that word too much, or otherwise I'll get demonetized. But I'm getting like, you're getting very harsh with them, because you need to. It's like, this is it. Like, are you with me or are you not? But I feel like that's exactly what you needed to do. Okay, so what else are they thinking about today? Eight of Swords. Okay, they're really confused because they don't know how to go about it. Message of love, yeah. They feel like they should tell you at least that they love you somehow today. Even if they don't know how to address everything else just yet. They're like, I should let them know, like, to keep my name in the hat, like, to keep me, like, to still consider me, to still kind of not give up on me yet. Like, I'm working through it, but I don't have all the answers just yet. I'm still processing, but I intend to give you an answer to everything that you asked, to everything that you propose, like all the plans that you have. I plan to address all of them and to come with my own ideas and to, acknowledge your ideas, but I'm still processing. I feel like they happened like recently. And so they feel like they're gonna come to you with at least like, hey, I love you. Please give me a second to kind of, figure this out. Like, I'm putting a lot of thought and energy into it and I want to come to you correctly. So I do feel like this is a really positive situation. I know you had to kind of put your foot down and be kind of like mean. I feel like you had to be mean, but it's like what needed to happen, and you kind of know it. You're like, I kind of like, they're not gonna do anything if I don't like tell them how much this is bothering me, tell them how much like I'm done with this, like tell them like from A to Z every single step of my goals, my vision, my plans for the connection, for my future. And I need them to figure out where they fit into that, because they haven't been giving me their plans. Like, it would be different if they gave you a plan and you can kind of work with that, kind of see where you fit in their life and where they fit into your life. But they don't have a plan for themselves, or at least they're not telling you straight up, and you do, or something like that. Yeah. Keep in mind, this could be a vice versa reading, but yeah, I do feel like you're the one with a plan, and they're the one. They might have a plan, but they haven't told you. But I feel like most likely they haven't really thought about the connection and their future and their life in the way that you have. So I can see that being like a little bit frustrating for you. So what's like the theme of their energy? Trust. Yeah. I think the main idea here is that like you trust them enough to share your vision, your goals, your desires, your wants, your life with them. And you're like, I think the root of this thing is like, you're trying to see if you can trust them. In you telling your visions for the future, for the connection, for like the wedding, the home, the whatever, the career and how everything works, that's you basically saying, hey, I trust you so much that I want to live my life with you. This is what I see. This is what I'm aiming for. This is what I want. What do you want? What do you see? And they're not telling you anything. So how can you trust that they can have a future with you if they can't, like, even if it's like not exactly the future that they want, like kind of an idea, kind of like, what are you aiming towards? Because if we aim towards nothing, we're gonna have nothing, kind of thing, I don't even see you being like totally type A or anything. I feel like you're a little bit more like reserved most of the time, but it's come to the point where like you need answers, and like, it comes down to, when you look at it, like you're trusting them with your plans, your goals, your life, your future, and they haven't really reciprocated. But I don't think they understood it in that way. I don't think they understood like you kind of saying all this stuff to them was you kind of showing your trust, showing your commitment to them. I'm getting like a aha moment, like, ah, okay, so that's why pile 11 was saying all this stuff to me. Okay, I get it now. Okay, I'm gonna see good advice from a wise person. So I feel like that's you. Pile 11. I feel like that's you're that person, you're that wise person that gave them good advice. And it's so genuine. It's like from your bottom of your heart, you know, you're expressing, like, you're putting it all on the table. You're like, logically and emotionally, I feel like it's like a 1-2 punch. Like, I don't think they see it coming. Like, I think like they're kind of like awestruck, and they're like amazed by you, like by the wonderful person you are and how deeply you think about them and the relationship and your future together. But also, like, I mean, time will tell. Like pile 11, I see them coming to you and being like, hey, I love you, I really want this, give me a second to kind of put my thoughts together. And so I feel like you'll get your answer soon, pile 11. Like, you'll know, like, whether it's someone that is capable of, you know, manifesting your goals and dreams for the future, someone that is deserving of your trust and love or not, you know. So that's coming to you real quick, pile 11. Spirit's really leaving this pile open-ended because I feel like it's different for different people who pick this pile. But with the Tower in reverse here, I feel like this is whatever you did, whatever you said could not have gone better, could not have been a better kick in the butt for them. They were inspired, they are motivated, and they're willing to take action, and they kind of get you way more than they ever have. They understand you and the situation and the connection you have way more than they ever have. This is a really, really good situation. For most of you, this is like the turning point in the connection, when things are like, they finally get it and they finally, you know, step up. But time will tell. Like, not everyone who has relationships has someone who's worthy of your beautiful energy. So pile 11, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. Whether you resonated with this, just like it, or wanted to support me, I really appreciate likes and comments. It helps me so much. This is a newer topic, so I always value your input. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 15 with a tiger's eye. We're looking at their thoughts of you today. So this is a purely intuitive reading, so I don't have any prompts or questions for Spirit to ask specifically in this reading, just whatever Spirit and your person's higher self wants to bring through at this time. Self-elimination, 8 of flutes, the 8 of cups. Okay, so I do feel like they feel kind of defeated. Like they can't win this argument, or they can't win you over in this connection. Maybe that you have too many suitors, or you maybe you're too good for them, or something about like whether it's a argument or it's about the whole relationship. Again, reading for a lot of people, so I feel like they feel defeated. Okay. The answers you need are coming, and I'm getting, it came out in reverse, so I feel like they got their answer. So I feel like you got your answers, they got their answers, and you both kind of know the truth now. And, you know, I feel like your person is packing up their bags and thinking, hey, like, I gotta go now, because, you know, I'm not going to get any more answers. Like, either someone was ghosted, or someone was kind of told the harsh truth, finally got the real answer, how they really truly feel about you, or what they really want from this relationship, or whether there's a future in this connection or not. I feel like both of you got like kind of the harsh truth, whether it's through ghosting or through very truthful, honest, clear, kind of harsh truth. And yeah, your person's kind of feeling a little defeated, a little sad about this. What else are they thinking? Page of Wands, new adventure, okay, this didn't work out. I feel like it's kind of this situation, even if you're together and this is just kind of like a argument, they're kind of like, hey, I lost this one, maybe I'll win the next one. Maybe you two are trying to compromise on something, but you kind of won out. It could be something as silly as like what paint color to use in that room. But I feel like for most of you, it's kind of something more heavy in regards to questions about the relationship, questions about where the two of you are going. So I do feel like they're kind of like, when you're in the energy of like seems like it's going to end soon, or things are not going to go your way pretty soon in the connection, you start kind of thinking about, oh, what can I do to make myself happy? What, maybe I'll plan a trip. Maybe I'll like start, hanging out with other people. I feel like that's kind of their mind. They're kind of going into a place where they're like thinking of like, oh, what's next? What's new? Because they really don't want to feel the heartbreak pain, and they feel like it's coming. Boundaries. I think this is going to be a major thing for the two of you, because I feel like they're going to jump into something stupid. I'm hearing something stupid because they're just too afraid to feel sad, or they're just too afraid to confront the reality of this connection. They don't want this connection to end, or they don't want to do something that you want to do in the connection, or you don't want them, or they ghosted you. Something about they're not respecting your boundaries. Like they might be kind of showing off what they're doing or who they're hanging out with online on social media, and that's not cool. That's not cool. Like, yeah, of course, if someone hurts you, you kind of want to hurt them back, but is that the bigger thing to do, like being the bigger person? Like, no, it's not. Like, they're gonna see you for what you are. They're gonna you're gonna see them for who they are, like a scared child acting immaturely, not handling their emotions really well, or being petty, or being vindictive even. So I would be aware of that, like that they might kind of lash out or act out because they see this connection ending, or because you were in the right and they didn't end the connection correctly and they kind of ghosted you or whatever, or they kind of didn't process this ending correctly, or they're not ending this relationship correctly, and so they're kind of doing things that are not right. They're not handling the end of this connection well. Of course, for some of you, this is like a small thing where it's like they didn't get their way. Like you two were planning a trip and they didn't get their way, and now they're being kind of like childish and a little bit like, well, fine, I'm gonna hang out with my friends more. Like I'm not gonna be here Friday night for our date night. Sorry, like I have to work or something. Like they're being a little bit petty. Okay, so what else are they thinking? 9 of Wands in reverse with the Help card. This is kind of a way of them kind of seeking attention and crying out for help. It's not the most mature way to do it, but maybe they're not used to asking you like for forgiveness, or for like, how do I handle this? Can we do this in a way that like works for both of us? Can you help me with this? It's like, or maybe like if not directly asking, like the best situation would be kind of working it out and doing right by you by asking you, how can I do right by you? But I feel like if not you, then they have like many friends or online resources to ask folks, or to figure out how to best handle the situation the two of you are in. But I feel like they're refusing to do that. So yeah, this is kind of an unpleasant situation. But I feel like for you, let's see, what is the main theme of this connection? Fall, the autumn time. I feel like this, you feel like this is kind of like the end of a season, like the end of a cycle. So whether this is someone you're going to be with for a very long time, it's a long-term connection, you two live together or married together, it might just feel like, you know, enough is enough. I'm not putting up with these childish antics anymore. Like something's got to change. And it feels like the two of you will kind of mature in your relationship, mature emotionally, whether it was just them or both of you that were kind of not handling conflicts well. I feel like that is what's coming to an end, where the two of you are figuring out more like grown-up ways to handle conflicts, figuring out conflict resolutions that other couples might use. You know, you don't have to listen to what other people say, but just feel what resonates right for you and implement that. Like, I feel like the two of you are kind of leveling up in your connection in that way, figuring out how to not like upset the other person and figure out solutions to problems and how to come at arguments or disagreements in the relationship. So I feel like pile 15, if this is something more long term, like you two are in a like serious long term commitment, like it does feel like you two are both kind of leveling up in maturity, and therefore your connection is also leveling up. So I feel like you don't have to deal with those like petty games anymore. If this is something new or something that was like less serious, I feel like you're figuring out like this person is kind of too immature, they don't handle things well, they don't want what you want, and they're finally giving you the answers. They're finally figuring out that this connection is not going to last, and they're not handling it in the best ways. Let me pull a clarifier. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. I feel like for you this is like really good. Like, I feel like this is what you wanted and what you needed. Like, you wanted the truth. You wanted to move on or move forward with a more mature relationship. So you're either going to get it with this person or you're going to get it with another person. And I feel like this is a situation where you might have had either you had the same situation come up over and over again and with the same person, or you keep dating people in the same kind of mindset, the same kind of maturity level, and you're like, okay, this is the last like kick in the butt I needed to move on from this energy. So I feel like you are, whether it's with your person or whether it's with someone new, you're like, I know I'm better than this now. I know I'm more mature than this now. Like, I know that I'm better, you know, I'm not going to take this kind of petty stuff anymore. So I feel like you help yourself here. Like, this person, whether they step up or they don't, is a huge help to you, because you're like, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, this is the last situation to happen like this for you to like kind of finally like break out of that like old version of you and go into a new version, because you're like, I'm not having a relationship like this anymore. And I think with the answers you need are coming. I feel like as soon as you like stand up for yourself and you're like, yeah, I deserve better, or I want something more mature, or I've matured and I would like someone on that level. Because I feel like even sometimes when you mature or you level up, you don't realize it because you still are talking to the same kind of person, and then you don't realize it until you date them or you talk to a bunch of folks that you used to be, in the energy that like you used to be. Do you realize that like you've evolved? So I feel like you realize now, like, oh, I've evolved, and so my relationship needs to be more evolved. And so like I feel like you get a lot of people, at least like 1, 2, or 3 people, whether it's serious or just casual, people that come into your life that show you like what a relationship is supposed to be like. And if you are in a long-term relationship, I feel like it's like really good friends, like a couple of really good friends or new people, coworkers, whatever, that come into your life that like kind of show you what the next level in your relationship would be like. You kind of take notes from their relationship with their person, and you kind of implement the things that you like, that you learn from these other like new friends or whatever, or new people, or maybe it's like even like an influencer or content creator that you can like put into your own, apply it to your own like relationships in your own life. So I feel like pile 15, I feel like there's a new cycle starting for you. This one's coming to an end. It hasn't ended yet. So if you're with this person right now, I feel like you two are kind of still figuring it out. For some of you, if this is more like a long-term thing, you two are definitely entering a new energy in your relationship, definitely leveling up, maturing. If not, this is like a less serious thing or a newer thing where you both kind of find out you're not right for each other, or you found out they're not right for you. Because I feel like they're the ones who are heartbroken and are kind of lashing out at you because you're not standing for that anymore. I feel like a sincere wish will be granted because I think you genuinely asked for help. Like you asked spirit, you asked your best friends, you asked like, I'm getting your mom or your aunt or your sister or your brother or your sibling or your parent, whatever. I feel like you asked someone, you like, it was so important to you that you literally asked someone, or you like did the research, you looked stuff online, like asking spirit, asking the universe, like, please help me figure out how to get out of this and get into something that's more on my level, that I deserve, that's like my energy or better, something that I can grow in and evolve in, because I can see that I've already evolved from this energy, from this person, from this life, from this kind of relationship. So yeah, pile 15. I'm really excited for you. I know it's like seems like a difficult situation where things are kind of coming to an end, but I feel like you do it very successfully, and you find as soon as you make the decision to put up your boundaries is the second these like I'm getting like 1, 2, or 3 people come into your life. If you're ready to date other people, maybe 1, 2, 3 romantic interests that like show you like how you deserve to be treated, or like 1, 2, 3 kind of friends or people that you meet online, or coworkers or just family members or friends that kind of really kind of help you level up your relationship, like level up in the sense of what you can expect in a relationship that you deserve now. So yeah, if you resonated, I know it's more of a difficult energy, but I really love to hear from folks that like get the more difficult piles, because like it's real, it's true, it's raw, and like we all experience like just as many hard times as we do good times. So it's kind of a good reminder to everyone else that like reads the comments that like you're not alone. Like we all go through shitty times in our relationships too, or had hard experiences in dating or in love or with our person. It's like most of my tarot piles are like super positive, but like I like the real ones, even though if not everyone does, because you got to keep it real. So with that, pile 15, I hope you enjoyed your reading or resonated with it. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment, and I hope you have a very warm, very protected, very beautiful rest of your day, and I wish you much love and light.